Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to UniVoyage. Today we are bringing you something different. We have brought you how what you can do after 12th. We have been telling you how to prepare for IPMAT. For the past 1 year, we have been helping you. Now, today we will be introducing you to some of the people from 21 batch. They have been watching UniVoyage videos and they have been in contact with us before actually. And so this is a little break and this is to show you like what who will be your seniors basically next year, and also like it's for them to share what their experience was for the past 1 year, how they endured through everything while sitting at home and the mental pressure of it all. And despite all that, despite having to spend all their time at home, despite having to manage all their studies along with IPMAT, how they went through their journey. They will be sharing their experiences today. So, guys, turn on your cams and please say hi to everyone.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Uh,
Hi everyone.
Hi
so,
everyone.
just start by introducing yourselves.
So I'll go first. My name is Priyanka Kiran. I'm from Chennai. I am from a computer science background, and I am, in fact, a foreign category student. So that's the perspective that I'll be bringing into this conversation.
Hi, so my name is Pratik Gupta. I am from Dehradun, Uttarakhand. I had taken a complete drop year to prepare for IPMAT. So yeah, it's a pretty fun course, and I wish all the future aspirants all the very best.
Hi everyone. This is Ritinder. I am from Tamil Nadu. I was a PCM student in my 11th and 12th. I I wish everyone a best future for getting into IIM.
Hi everyone. So this is Kushal, and I am from Delhi, and had taken commerce with mathematics in my class 11, and I prepared for IPMAT for 1 year, and I have to wish everyone best of luck for their preparation.
Okay, so thank you guys for being here with us today. So, let me start by asking you this. Where did you get to know about the IPM program itself, and why did you think that it was a good fit for you?
Okay, so when I first heard about the IPM program, I think it was in ninth grade or so, and it was because a very close family friend of mine was in the program, and she was a JE aspirant, and she got into both, but then she realized that this is what she wanted. But it was in 11th when I was discovering my own options. I realized that the course and everything that was surrounding IPM and IIM Indore was something that was a perfect fit for me.
So I got to know about this course a year and a half ago, and because it has IIM Indore's name associated with it with, so obviously it has to have a brand value and a value of importance. So what I like about this course is that it gives you a BA degree instead of a BBA, which means your horizon will not be restricted to only business side. If you want to explore sociology, you are very welcome to do it. You are interested in philosophy, you can do it. So it expands your horizon, and it's a holistic course. So this would be an overall development as a future manager, so it's very helpful for you.
Yeah, so I got to know about this course during my 11th standards end term. And the one thing that struck me most was the unique curriculum of this course. The course offers subjects from mathematics to economics to even computer science. I was really very much fascinated about it and realized that was going to be the best fit course for me, and that's why I chose IPM. And as far as how I found it, I surfed through the internet and got it through on my own.
So I heard about IPMAT first in a webinar that was conducted by my school in during my class 11. So I was pretty excited about the course when I first heard about it, and then I went on to the website and researched about the course, its curriculum, and I really got excited about the course, and I started preparing for it in class 12th.
Okay. So like it seemed ki you had, very diverse things, and like you had your own visions when you started going for IPM. And see, that's the thing. Basically, like it doesn't restrict you. People come here with different motivations, and it's like a hub for everyone. So even when you come here, and so now you maybe you haven't realized this, but when you actually come to campus, you'll be surrounded by one of the best minds in your country, especially at the bachelor's level. So you will get to meet a lot of different types of people, and people will be doing a lot of different things, and you will actually get to learn a lot. So yes, that's also a thing. So like okay, so when you guys started 12, so the entire world was raging outside in COVID. Everyone just was just stuck inside, and it seemed like everything just came to a halt. So you had your online classes, you had to miss your final year of your school life. You endured 11, but the 12, that which was actually supposed to be fun, you had to spend it in your home. So despite all that, what motivated you to keep going, to keep, because you had your eyes set on icon. So what motivated you to keep going despite everything that was happening outside, Priyanka?
So for me, the pandemic was kind of a hit because I lost all inspiration because suddenly people's marks boosted by so much, right? So the first thing I want to tell everyone is like have some self introspection and like how are you doing, right? But the one thing that kept me going and made me realize that no matter what happens, I need to be focused on the fact that I am is what I want is realizing that for the skill sets that I have and the things that intrigue me wouldn't have been satisfied in any other course or any other college, right? And knowing that I might have to spend the next 4 or 5 years doing something that I didn't love, that was my major push, and that was what kept me focused through everything.
So, I would like to just say that instead of, fretting over small issues, we should look at a bigger picture. So, okay, class 12th is ruined. That's okay, no problem. But we have our college life in front of us. And what better way to improve your college life than from doing it from the best institution of the country? So, the environment is totally different. You will have you will have plethora of opportunities in front of you if you do it from a great college. And IIM Indore is one of the best institutions in India, rather in Asia. So yeah, that's what kept me going, because I had to look at the bigger picture. Instead of thinking about the things over which I don't have control, you have to focus on the things you have actually control, like your preparation. Keep focused, keep on grinding, and things will fall in place.
Yeah, so while preparing for IPMAT, I have experienced all these. You might have self doubts. You might be thinking, why am I not able to perform well, or why are my marks decreasing? So I would say never even try or never even do self doubt yourself. You have the potential. You have devoted completely yourself for this. So you must stay focused, and you must not self doubt yourself. And as far as motivation is concerned, I would always recommend you speak to your parents. Your parents are the biggest motivation you can ever get from in your life. So yeah.
So, at the beginning of the pandemic, and we were all locked inside our houses, I always tried to being optimistic. I saw it as an opportunity to get more time for my preparation. You went to school, you came home. You spent a lot of time in moving from school to coaching to tuitions. I see that I was able to save a lot of time. And what thing kept me going was, like Pratik said, you have to see the bigger picture. All right, yes, class 12th was ruined, our last year of school life. But yes, I had to see that I get a good college life ahead. My course, which I wanted to pursue, was the only thing that was offered in our country, was only offered at one place. So I had to keep going. I had to keep going, and therefore that was one thing which motivated me. And yes, I kept talking with my parents and my teachers, who always motivated me that you can do it. It just requires a bit of efforts and a bit of consistency. So that was kept me going.
Okay, so that's good to know, like your motivation too, because before this, I hadn't really talked to other people, like what, because if for even our time, our last few days, went like this too. So it's nice to know that, all these things kept you. Also, like, okay, we'll cut this part. But from the next question, just feel free to share your own story. So, like Pratik was saying, so right now you are also giving advice kind of, but also like feel free to share what any incident that happened to you, okay? Because you just have to share your experiences. So, okay. Okay, so the next question is what other colleges were that you had your eyes set on, and why did you finally decide to like no, I am Indore is the one that I should go for. Okay, Priyanka.
Okay. Uh, so obviously, I had applied for the other IIMs that were offering the IPM program as well, but I was also looking towards NITs and the private engineering institutions there were in Chennai. And I actually did have the opportunity to attend one of the colleges before I actually came to IIM Indore, and I can promise you that just for the culture that this college has, I want you guys to like be able to like pull through because it is a different feeling.
So, about the other colleges, actually, I played really fast and loose in my preparation. I decided that I will not compromise on the very start of my professional career by conceding to any other XYZ college. I only filled out the forms of two colleges that are IPMAT Indore and DUJAT. For DUJAT, I had SSCBS in my mind, but I inner me already knew that I will always prefer IIM Indore to Shahid Sukhdev. Like I did not even fill forms for other colleges. You know what I about the colleges that I'm talking about. I just wanted to get into the best college because I believe that if I start my professional career by making a compromise, because eventually we have to make compromises and you have to cut down on the compromises you have to make. So just put everything you have, every ounce of it, and just go for it without thinking. If you work hard, honestly, things will fall in place and you will be so happy with the result.
Yeah. So I obviously, like Priyanka, applied for all the other IIMs that were offering the IPM program, and had just one thing in my mind. It is either going to be IIM Indore or nothing. So even though I applied for those other colleges, I always told myself that I will be getting into IIM Indore for sure, and that's what happened.
So I had in mind that I had to pursue my higher education in management field. So I explored as many opportunities as I could, but obviously it was IIM Indore was at any case my first priority. But still, I also filled in DUJAT because Shahid Sukhdev is also offering a good course, and also I filled in IPM Rohtak and NMIMS too. But yeah, at the back of the mind, I always had that I want to go into IIM Indore, and I want to put in my best efforts for it only.
Okay, so like that's nice to know. And Pratik, like the reason that you gave, you kind of remind me of a friend. And let me tell you, he did not get in.
Okay.
So
So I would like to recommend all
he,
the viewers, please make prudent choices. I don't play like me like I did. It
yes,
was,
but it yes, he took a drop here too. And
yeah,
so okay, Pratik, the next question is for you.
yeah.
Like when you took the drop here, okay, so everyone else like they had their 12th standard, 12th class going and whatnot,
Yeah.
but what was your entire year like while preparing for
So
IPM?
last year the ISC result was delayed. So I'll be very honest, I had my eyes set on SRCC, but due to some I missed out on SRCC due to a few percentage, you know. So then I got to know about DUJAT because I only had 3 months to prepare for DUJAT. So I, somehow took a crash course from a coaching institute. I prepared. Then I got my rank, and it was not acceptable to me. So, and what motivated me to to take a drop here was because I knew that I hadn't given my best, you know. And I always believe in giving a second shot to something you actually care about. I actually consulted with my parents, and they were completely supportive about it. They said, if you believe in yourself, you should go for it. We are with you. So that was the biggest motivation for me. And plus, and I knew that in order to improve, I had to accept my mistakes. Yes, I need to contemplate on the mistakes I made. Like, I wasn't disciplined, I used to wake up late, I used to skip classes, but I decided that from the next day, the for like my first day of my drop year, I would completely change. I would be disciplined. I will read newspapers. I will follow a proper schedule for myself. I will attend the classes very attentively. And those aspirants who are watching this right now, you guys must be thinking, why to read newspaper when IPM 80 doesn't even have current affairs. Guys, trust me, you will realize it after your interview gets over. It is so helpful. Please read newspapers every day. They are very helpful. Please.
Okay, I will ask this question like, okay, how did you feel at this time? So the thing is, ki, what was it like when you guys boards got cancelled? Because at the one hand, okay, maybe some of you were preparing for boards, like, yes, I want to, and maybe like you wanted them to get cancelled in the first place. So what was it like when your boards got cancelled and it just suddenly sticks, right? Because now that the boards are over, so and they are not going to happen, so the next thing is the college that you have been wanting your entire year, or for 2 years you had your eyes set on it. So what was it like at that time? So how did you feel? So Priyanka.
So when the boards got cancelled, my first reaction was, thank God I'm not writing chemistry. That was like my immediate thought. And then I think it was like a minute later I realized, if boards is not happening, how are they going to decide our marks? Because like I said, everyone was scoring centums, and there's no way they're going to give a batch of 120 kids full marks, right? So then that fear set in of how are we going to go about this entire process. And that all went and it passed peacefully. And then I realized, and this was more of the grateful part, where I realized I had 1 month purely for prepping for the IIMs. Because even though I was entering through SAT for IIM Indore and IIM Ranchi, I was going through the general entrance for Rohtak and the other two. So I think just having that 1 month, so it was like a leap of excitement because no boards, and then fear of what was going to happen, and then again gratefulness for the fact that okay, for college we have some time to prep now.
Okay, so also like, okay, so that's what you felt like when boards got cancelled. But what was the feeling like? Because when the IPMAT was just 30 days away. So what was that feeling like for you guys?
I think what happened was, since I didn't write indoors IPMAT, I didn't have that stress. But since I wrote Rohtak's one, which was a day later, it was a little bit better for me because we had that extra 1 month that we previously didn't have because of boards, which made all the difference for me, at least.
Oh, okay. So like, okay, so you are an international student, so you gave SAT. Okay, so I will come back to you later for the SAT
Okay.
experience. Okay, Pratik. So you tell me, like, at your time when the because so what did you prepare? Did you take like a crash course, or was it like a full year course
No,
before the drop
actually,
year?
I had matriculated myself for a retakers program in an institute. I wasn't allowed to take a full year because that was for class 12 students. So
Okay.
I had to prepare with those people who had already, taken the exam the last year, and I was preparing for them because for us the entire structure is a little different because they assume that we already know some basic stuff. So I had taken a retaker's course in an institute in Delhi. Okay. So, the teachers were there quite nice, and I would like to say that the institution from which you prepare actually matters. It really matters, and because teachers make a lot of difference in your out in the outcome, what the student has. So yes, but I feel I had already made my mind. The main thing that separates the people who actually get in from those who don't is consistency. Like for example, if I start off my preparation by studying X hours a day, I knew that when the exam is 2 months away, I had to make sure that I am studying X plus 4 hours a day. And that might sound anomalous, but I did not feel any pressure just today to when the exam was a week ago or a month ago, because I had faith in my preparation this time. I knew that I had given my best. I was pretty calm. So yes, I know that if you I believe that if you give your 100%, things will come out for you. So I was pretty calm. I did not even stress out just 2 months before the exam. Although I did stress out before the interview, because interview is actually the one that makes or breaks.
Yes, it is.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so Ritinder, what about you?
Yeah, so I basically wanted boats to happen, and when I got the news that boats are not gonna happen, it was a complete shock. You know, the the students of the other friends of mine were like, "Oh, yeah, the boats got cancelled," and they were like so happy. I was like, "What is gonna happen? How are our marks gonna be decided?" But apart from that, I was actually giving equal preparation to both my boards and IPMAT so that nothing clashes in between. So it was kind of an advantage in the way that I can give even an extra amount of time for IPMAT preparation. So though I was shocked at that moment, and after a few hours, I realized that that's it. So the exam is going to happen exactly 1.5 months later, and I must give my best. So earlier if I had been giving just 4 hours a day, it increased to 6 hours. So more than, I mean, I've increased 2 hours because the time that I gave to both is now not at all required, so that I can give the whole time for IPMAT preparation. It's just was a total advantage for me.
Yeah. So for me, I was at the end when the boards were cancelled. I was pretty happy because what was happening was, first of all, there was a date sheet which we got for CBSE boards. Then the boards got not cancelled but postponed because of the second wave. And again, there was speculation that will they occur or will they not. So there was always a tussle in my mind what to prepare more, boards or IPMAT, which to focus more, boards or IPMAT. So after that time, when the boards got cancelled, I felt like there's less burden on me now. I know that I have only one thing to prepare, that was IPMAT. So it was actually beneficial for me that I got the whole for full month just for IPMAT preparation. Although I was preparing since last couple of months, more than couple of months, but yeah, that 1 month preparation time which we got fully for the preparation of IPMAT was what changed the gear for me.
So before moving on, like I would like to ask Priyanka. So you gave SAT for coming here, right? So
Yes.
would you like to share your experience in that? And so this for even with SAT, so didn't you have your eyes set on any of the other colleges like maybe Harvard or MIT or you know
I love how you just
Stanford?
jumped directly to Harvard. Thank you. Huh. I wrote my SATs in December, I think. And
Okay.
that also had its own thing, but it kept getting delayed and they were offering different slots. And I had decided myself that I would write the latest one possible because I knew I could only write it once. I didn't take coaching from anywhere. I just bought as much material as I could. I took as many SATs as I tried to. So I think I was doing 2 SATs a day in the month before my actual SAT. And from what I'm not going to tell you my mark because then you'll hold that as a benchmark. But from the other candidates that I've spoken to, anything from a 1450 to a 1550 range is very safe. So I think if you're a foreign candidate who's going to apply through that, I think that's the goal you should go for. But overall, I think compared to how stressed the IPMAT kids were, we were a little bit more relaxed because ours was months in advance. When it comes to other opportunities, I wrote the SATs only for IIM Indore because personally, I knew that the culture that there was there abroad was not something that I wanted or was ready for. So I knew I was going to do my UGs in India. And every other institute that I was looking at would be through a general category. So IIM Indore is the only reason I wrote my SATs.